Zoom is providing this new message, alerting everyone that we're being recorded. So as I was saying, I'd like to use the breath as the object of our meditation, but we'll work with it in a particular way. And as always, please feel very free to practice any meditation technique that you feel will serve you best today in this moment. And without further ado, let's settle into our posture, whether you're lying down, whether you're seated. Just bringing some presence into the body, being a bit deliberate about its position. You could even get a sense of your energy right now. Does it feel kind of low and quiet? Does it feel more energized, more activated? Just basically gently landing in this moment, just connecting to the body and the mind, turning the attention inward. So I'll invite you to bring your attention to the breath and connect with the breath just however it's happening. So not worrying about what you usually do or how you usually work with the breath. Just see how your attention gently falls onto the experience of breathing. And for most of us, that will likely mean we're connecting to a sensation in the body, either at the nostrils, maybe the upper chest, could be the belly, could be the entire body globally. And at this point, we're not looking to control anything or judge anything, just a very gentle joining with that experience of the breath. So trying to let go of this idea that we're doing the breath, but more so that we're being, just being with the breath as it is. And if the breath is a little tight or choppy, yes, just being. If it's long and deep, just being with that without clinging. Feeling very free, letting the breath arise and pass without needing to change anything, but really inhabiting it in a very open, friendly way. Like you're reuniting with a dear friend. And, for some of us, speaking for myself, my relationship to my breath has been challenging throughout my life. I've experienced a lot of anxiety, which can create um, some resistance in the body to having a more complete breath, more free breath. So if you notice there's a little bracing or a little intention to have something change, to need the breath to be different, see if you can continue to relax that. Just loving the breath as it is. And you can continue just being with the natural breath. Or I'm now going to guide a exercise where we do invite some change. And to start, I will invite you to again notice where you're connecting with the breath and see if there is a little holding or tension. And if you become aware of that on an exhalation, inviting it to soften. And this is just an invitation. So again, we're not trying to get too set on a particular outcome, something needs to happen. We're just doing our best to detect any tightness in the breath, whether it's in the face, the neck, the shoulders and chest, the belly. You can do a little body scan because sometimes we're not conscious that there's that holding until we bring our attention through the body. So, with that same gentle curiosity, that friendliness, just lightly noticing any tension, any tightness. On an exhale, inviting that to dissolve, to soften. In particular, we can invite the lower belly to soften, to open, to receive the inhalations. Perhaps as we exhale, we could gently draw the lower belly in to more completely exhale. Nothing forced, not too much effort. Easy, soft breath. Some of us have the habit of holding the lower belly. I know for me, probably up until 15 years ago, I habitually held my lower belly in. I thought it was more flattering. And that had an impact on my breath, a big impact on how my body was then conditioned to breathe. And as well, we can sometimes, if we're stressed, engage in upper chest breathing. So we're inhaling more into the upper body. And what we want to do is train the body to naturally take as optimal a breath as we can. So bringing a little light attention to the belly, we can even put a hand there as a reminder to allow the breath to travel, maybe a little further down into the body to make contact with the belly. And if that feels a bit weird to you or uncomfortable, to me, that's an invitation to maybe weave this into your day, even a few minutes at a time, even a few seconds. Notice what part of the body you're breathing into. We could also start to invite a gentle lengthening of the exhalations, a gentle deepening of the breath, and also noticing if there's any activation in the emotional space as we work with the breath. Just the other day, I was driving with my son to pick my mother up, and I had a strong emotion move through, and I had the kind of automatic reaction to block it, to put a lid on it, the sadness. And I noticed that I was holding my breath. It's like my breath was bracing as well to prevent the expression of that emotion, which is fine. When we're out in the day, it's not always available to fully express our emotions. But it's good to bring awareness to that and to find times when we can work with the breath to engage in a more free, full, relaxed breathing. And perhaps notice that emotions do come up because we are opening, using the breath as a tool, as this bridge to contacting that inner space, to allowing it to flow. Let the energy move. And if challenging emotions are present or do arise, you can do your best to keep your attention with the breath and allow that to happen in the background without needing to attend to it. Or you can focus on the feelings in the body, the sensations or energy related to those emotions, and connect with those, not the stories, not the mind's ideas of why the emotion is there, just the physical expression, just the qualities of energy. So basically, being with what's happening with less conceptual mind, without needing to think about things or resolve. This is a way to be present with what is, with less identification, with more space, less you. And if the mind wanders, because that's what it'll do, to thoughts, distractions, maybe physical sensations in the body, discomforts, just doing your best to relax your attention off of those objects, the thoughts, sounds, and bring it back to that subtle experience of self, the breath, the energy. So you can continue to merge with the breath in a joyous, loving way, feeling the connection to the breath, gratitude perhaps, and compassion, holding the entire experience in compassion. Or you may be connecting to the just the energy of the body without discriminating that it's related to breath or emotion, just noticing what's moving inside the body, how it's flowing. Maybe there's buzzing, maybe there's a throbbing, radiating energy, waves, maybe some pulling in, some tightening, just observing with curiosity. And if you're interested for the last few minutes of our practice, you can also begin to inquire or what is breathing. What is aware of the breath? What is aware of the energy? And that awareness or knower of the breath, of sounds in the room, excuse me, sounds around you, that is the knower or aware of thought, that's the same awareness. There's no different knower that pops up for thoughts that's different than that which knows a pain in the body, that's different from that which knows our emotional state. It's just the knowing, just the awareness. So if you like for the next few minutes, we can kind of turn our attention from the phenomena that's constantly arising and passing and shift it to the awareness. So, kind of turning the direction of awareness from the objects to itself. Doesn't mean everything stops, of course. We'll continue to have events in all of these sensory categories, but it's not our focus. That all continues to come and go without our needing to engage, to give it any attention. And if that kind of shift of the attention inquiry is just not in the cards for you today, then continuing to choose how you would like to place your attention.